Everybody, welcome back to Tennis Picks and Bets here on the Mayo Media Network. I'm Jon Reid, your host for all things tennis, as we round into the finals of the Australian Open. We've got Ash Barty against Danielle Collins on the women's side, Rafael Nadal, Daniil Medvedev on the men's side in a rematch of the 2019 US Open. We'll touch on the men's match later on in a separate video. For this one, we're going to focus on the women's final, and it is a good one. I think this is going to be one of Barty's sterner tests. That's not to say it's going to be all that tough. That just means it'll be tougher than maybe some of the other matches where she destroyed her fellow competition. Before we get into the pick and the analysis, though, be sure to like this video, drop a comment on what you think transpires in this one. Could we finally see Ash Barty slow down? Could we see someone take a set off of her? Let me know in the comment section below, and subscribe to the Mayo Media Network YouTube channel as well. For all of this in audio format, daily fantasy sports picks and bets, The Mix is your go-to at any podcast app you happen to use. Rate, review, subscribe there as well. All right. What can I say? Got to stick with Ash Barty. You just have to. I mean, don't fix what ain't broke. You guys know I'm going back to the well here. We've been on to the last couple matches. We're going to do it again. You know, the favorites have treated us pretty well so far in the second week. I think we're on a 7-1 run, primarily backing favorites, which is not usually my style as a tennis handicapper. But when the value is on the favorite, you got to go with where the numbers tell you to go. And in this spot, again, -5. This is something that, again, people are not covering against her. The worst results we've seen against this number have been pushes from the start of the season until now. Barty has not lost a match, and Barty has not won a match by fewer than 5 games. And as we've said in previous videos, we'll regurgitate this again. She has only pushed this number 3 times, and 2 of those 3 were the first 2 matches of the season. If they're going to keep spitting out 4s, 4.5s, 5s, I'm going to keep taking them. In this spot, it's about -105. Absolutely glad to take it. Now, I went larger in the last round against Keys. I went larger in the round against Pegula as well on -5 and 5.5. Here, I'm just going a smaller stake for a couple reasons. First off, Danielle Collins is in great form. She can hit with the likes of, the Anisimovas and Keyses. When her serve is on, if her first serve number percentage is elevated, as we talked about last video, she can pull off upsets. She did it against Iga and won that in straight sets. So if she can find a lot of first serves and hold serve relatively well, and she can still hit like the big hitters that Barty has taken out already. The difference is she moves a lot better than Keys and Anisimova. She's got more rally tolerance than Keys and Anisimova. She doesn't commit as many errors as someone like Madison Keys. So do I think that she's got a better chance than Madison Keys? Yes. Do I think that that means automatically she covers this number? No. But I will reduce my stake because I do think it is a better matchup going against Barty than Keys was. And for that, I'll lower the stake a little bit, but it remains to be said. Ash Barty's slice is still one of the most effective shots out there, especially on quicker courts where she can just take that pace away from her opponent, make her opponent generate it. Of course, that'll fatigue them when they constantly have to be the one generating all the pace and putting all the power behind the ball. She can create errors from impatience if her opponents are trying to overhit through the slice. It's just been working so well. And not to talk, we haven't even touched on her serve yet. And this is something people, I don't think, understand how incredible Ash Barty's serving is. She is about 5'4", 5'5". Okay. Her average serves throughout this tournament have been about 5 to 10 kilometers an hour lower than the likes of Naomi Osaka, who's one of the biggest servers on the women's tour, if not the biggest server out there on the women's tour. To understand how she generates that kind of pace without having the natural height to come down on the ball is incredible. It is something that she has worked on a ton, and it has paid huge dividends. And then, of course, she is probably one of the best spot server on the women's tour. That's to say, when she wants to hit a spot, I want to go out wide on the ad side. If I'm serving on an even numbered point, that means I'm serving from the ad side. I want to go out wide, deep in the service box. She's going to hit that serve. If I want to come down the tee, so down the middle of the service box, she hits those serves. So she's got one of the bigger pace serves out there, and she spots her serves better than anyone else on the women's tour. It cannot be understated how effective she is at serving, and it has borne out in her results so far. She has been broken 1 time this tournament through 6 matches. Just once. Unheard of on the women's tour. She has not faced more than 5 break points in a match to this point at the Australian Open. Just some food for thought there on how effective she's been serving. So even if Collins does have that elevated first serve percentage, she does have more rally tolerance. Even if she can deal with the slice of Barty, she's still going to have to find a way to get back some massive serves that are extremely well executed from the world number one. Again, give me Ash Barty -5 games at -105 here. I'm sticking with what has got us to this point and has got us on this nice little streak to end the Australian Open and ensure we'll finish above 500. That's my pick. The men's pick coming up tomorrow. It's Rafael Nadal, Daniil Medvedev. That'll be a fun one to break down. We'll get into that on the next video. And of course, if you want more content year round, I do a tennis podcast based in the betting market. So it is a specific to tennis betting podcast at Tidbits Tennis on Twitter. You can find us there. It's also in the banner below. Thanks so much for watching, guys.